Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ariana, and in today's video we're going to be doing a life update video. I'm really excited to be doing this video. I've been saying I was going to do a Q&A for like the last 5, 6, 7 months, and I just never got around to it. So today I'm actually going to answer you guys questions and give you guys a life update. But before we get into this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and turn your post notifications on so you can join my family and see more of me, because I would love to have you. And yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. First things first, y'all like the blondes? I'm switching it up. I'm giving y'all a new look, you know, and I'm really feeling it. I feel like I look like Barbie. And today we have a lot of questions. I'm not even gonna waste y'all's time. We're gonna get straight into it. Y'all have asked me a lot of questions. Some of them are repetitive, so I'm just gonna answer what I see. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first question says, what made you come up with the name of your business? Okay, well, first things first, I wanted my brand to have my initials, so I wanted an A in it at least. And that's when I started to look up words that represented jewelry, and also words that represented like love, like a love for something. And that's when I decided Estate Adornment. That's how I say my name, Estate Adornment. And if I'm messing it up, hey, whatever, I don't care. That's how I say it. That's how we're just gonna say it. Okay. So I wanted it to be Estate Adornment, and estate is like a love for art, and a person who has a love for art, I mean. And then adornment, of course, is like a word that you could use for jewelry. That's what Google said, and I was like, you know what, I really like this. It's catchy. And I was like, if I ever want to just abbreviate and like start a line of something, I can just say Estate. You know what I'm saying? That is how I came up with the name of my business, and I absolutely love it. Okay, the next question says, any kids in the future? In the future, yes. Right now, no. I'm only 22, so I don't see myself having any kids right now, but I definitely want kids in the future when I'm married, for sure. Not out of wedlock, just for religious reasons. Like, I don't want to have kids out of marriage. And yeah, and plus I just don't want kids right now. Like, me only being 22, there's so much like life that I want to live and so many things I want to do, Lord willing, and I just don't see kids as a part of that in this moment of time. But I definitely want kids in the future. Somebody said, how's college going for you? I never announced to y'all that I dropped out of college, but I did, y'all. And I know y'all like, what? Because a lot of you guys follow me for my college content, but I did leave school. And if you watch my vlogs, I did speak on it. I did tell you guys that I left school, but do not fret. I am gonna go back to school, y'all. I'm not just leaving school and never going back. I have like almost 3 years under my belt. I definitely want to finish. Like, I don't want to just have all that school and all those credits under my belt and never finish it. I have a few more months to decide if I want to go back or not anytime soon. I was thinking about going back in the fall. Don't hold me to that, but I do want to go back to school and get a degree, even if it's an associate's degree. I did tell myself that I was going to do that. And if you guys have been following me since before I gained any followers, you guys know that I have wanted to, you know, get a degree, because that is something that I promised my parents I would do. So I am going to go back to school in due time, but for right now I'm just focusing on my business, focusing on myself, focusing on my mental health and my journey, because y'all, they just hit me with the first payment that I gotta make in June for my loans, and it started to sink in that I really left school. But yeah, that's a little update with that. How's your journey with God going? Right now it's going really good. I had to get back into my groove with God, and I'm so happy that I did, because I just felt so refreshed, so revived. I fell in love with God again. I was having like a little moment of, you know, sadness, but we're out of that now, and I've been doing really well. I've been reading my word every single day. Even when I'm dead tired at the end of the day, I still pick my Bible up and at least read a chapter. And yeah, that's just how I've been going. It's been going really good. What advice would you give an 18-year-old? Live your life. And I don't mean live your life in a way like, oh, go party, go smoke, go do stupid things, but I'm saying like live your life, enjoy your teens, enjoy your early 20s. Just experiment, figure out what you like. Don't let anybody hold you back, whether that's relationship, friendships, whatever. Don't let it hold you back. And I would also just say, like, you know, lean on God for understanding in these times. Don't lean on the world, because leaning on God during your early teens will save you a lot of heartbreak, mistakes, and troubles. Next question is, what are 3 goals by the end of 2024 you want to have accomplished? The first one would be have an even closer relationship with God, and that will always be a goal of mine. But if we're not talking about spiritually, 3 goals that I would have is 1, getting my business to 6 figures, or just making 6 figures in general just through content creating. 2, it would definitely be getting into a different like content creating niche. I want to be able to go on brand trips. I want to start actually like really making money from content, because a lot of people think I make money from content and I don't, y'all. Like, the stuff I be doing is like free. Like, when I be doing stuff for Fashion Nova, like, I'm just getting clothes. Like, I want to actually start going on brand trips and like getting brand deals. So that's a goal of mine. And my last goal would definitely be grow on here. I really want to grow my YouTube platform. I've just been really busy lately. That's why I haven't really posted much this month, because I have been busy. I really have. So yeah, those are my 3 goals. And another one that I want to add, I do want to have multiple sources of income. So that's something that's really important for me. I really want to start having multiple sources of income. I already do, but like, I want to have at least 1 or 2 more. Oh, and my last goal would definitely be go back to school or get into the groove of figuring out what I want to do with school. Okay. What is the hardest part you would say is being a content creator? I would say the hardest part of me being a content creator is the consistency aspect of everything. Sometimes I'm just really tired and I don't feel like filming, and that's just life. Like with any job, sometimes you get burnouts, and sometimes I have burnouts, but I realize that I have goals and I do not want to be complacent my whole life, so I just get up and do it regardless. And the second hardest thing I would say is the negativity you get with it. Like, I've just gotten to a point now where I just read stuff and be like, whatever, delete, block. At one point it would really affect my mental health when people were rude to me or like would say mean things to me, because at the end of the day, we're human, and regardless, like, a negative comment is still a negative comment. But now I'm just kind of like, you don't know me, so I don't care. What are some hairstyles you want to try that you haven't yet? Well, I really don't have any, but I want some boho braids or some knotless braids because I've never had them. I've been thinking about getting some since my hair is at a pretty decent length. I don't know why I'm having like speech problems. Isn't too much makeup for your face? I don't know. If you feel like it is, hey, that's fine. Do you regret your choice of leaving school to pursue your passion? No, I do not, because I learned so much about myself since I've been out of school. I've learned patience. I'm starting to learn money management. I'm learning what I really want to do. I'm learning what makes me happy, and I'm just literally at a good point in my life. Like, even with my business, like, I would have never seen myself starting a business, and I have, and it's been quite successful in my opinion. I've had sellouts already. Like, I just feel really good with myself right now, and I'm just going with the flow. Not a question, you're just gorgeous. Thank you, girl. Are you willing to fellowship and disciple for the kingdom? Yes, I actually am a part of a ministry. What happened to you that you decided to give God your life? Pinpoint the Home Depot thing. My life has always been given to Christ. I just never got baptized because I was very young. But the Home Depot thing just really pushed me to want to give my life to Christ, because y'all, the world is evil. And I will always say that. How did you first encounter God? I've always known God was real, even as a kid. So I think it was just me growing up Christian that really like gave me that push to encounter God. Would you ever get a part-time job outside of content creating? Yes, I would. I'm never too good to make multiple sources of income. I even thought about serving again. I've thought about working at Home Depot again. I've literally thought it all out. I've thought about like going and getting a trade and trying to be a phlebotomist or something. Like, I literally thought of everything, y'all. I am not a person who thinks I'm too good to work a job just because I make content, because the way I see it is, if I was to get a part-time job, that's like more money that I'm making. That's literally just more money, more, you know, encounters with people to spread the gospel. It's just like, hey, like, it's money. I don't really think I'm better than anybody if I work a job. And I feel like a lot of people think that like, oh, you're a content creator, so you don't know what like working is. First of all, y'all, content creating is a full-time job. It very much is a full-time job. Like this, I wake up in the morning, I film, I edit, I do stuff like all my packaging stuff, as y'all see in the bag. I be on the go. So content creating is definitely a job. You have to plan your schedules. You have to plan when you're going to post content. You get stuff from brands. You got to figure out when you're going to post for the brands. you know, you gotta just really give your all to content creating. It's not something that you can just be like, oh, I'm just gonna give half of it today and half of it tomorrow. Now, some people just, you know, are blessed in that department where they don't have to do much and they just get famous. But when you are really trying to get somewhere, content creating is a slow grind. And I just know one day I'll look back at these videos and be like, Ariana, you really worked your butt off to be where you are so that you can relax a little bit. Like, you don't have to work so hard and drain yourself and be burnt out by the end of the day. So yeah, to answer your question, I would get a job outside of content creating because money is money, and the more money you have, it is the more problems, but the more money you have, the more you can invest into yourself. How's your spiritual growth going? It is going good. Do you believe a Muslim and a Christian can be married? No. I'm not even trying to be rude, but if you're a Christian, you know that Muslims have different faith than you. They believe that Jesus is not the Son of God. They believe that he was a prophet, and that completely is against what the Bible teaches us. So personally, no, I could not do that. I just know that they have different faith, and I just don't think that it would work out in the long run. The next question is, what's the best piece of advice you've gotten recently? I would definitely say it is when I was talking to my dad's girlfriend, and she was talking to me about something, and she was like, something that I've been told is when there is a lot of emotion in a situation, there's always going to be a lack of intelligence. And that really stuck to me because I'm a person who acts out of emotion a lot, and I was just like, wow, because I'm a person who just jumps from 0 to 100. So hearing that, I was like, wow, like, I don't know, it just really stuck to me because it's true. Like, when you're overly emotional, there's always going to be a lack of intelligence with whatever you do. Like, there's always going to be a lack of thinking and logic. I just thought that was a really good piece of advice, and it's just something that stuck to me, and now I really think before I speak, and I let my emotions pass before I speak. Fave Bible verse at the moment. Fave Bible verse at the moment would probably be Hebrews 11 or Luke 1:37. I think faith is so essential with a walk with Christ and in life in general, and if you don't have faith, you really have nothing. Like, without faith, you really are just a walking vessel. Even a person who is not religious has some sort of faith, because you have faith that you're going to get through your day. You have faith that you're going to get that job. You have faith in things that you're investing yourself into. So I just feel like without faith, there's nothing. So yeah, that's probably my favorite right now. How is your purity journey going with having a boyfriend? What steps are y'all taking in protecting one another? As you guys know, I recently just got a purity ring, and I literally have been really good since then. Like, it's been about a month since I've gotten it, and I've been really good, y'all. Like, I definitely feel like that's a vow between God, and you have to consistently think about what you're trying to do with God. Of course, we're human and we slip up, but it's been going really good for both of us. One thing that we do to protect one another is we just literally pray together. We put God in the center of our relationship. We put our goals and our ambitions with God before each other, and that helps us see each other the way we're supposed to see each other. Because if you have a lack of God in a relationship, your relationship is not going to work. And that is just the truth. And as perfect as our relationship looks to the outside, we've had problems. You know, like, we are human beings and we grow with each other, and it's not always easy. I'm not always easy, and he's not always easy. But with God and faith in God, we believe that we can be good partners for each other. We believe that, you know, through all of the ups and downs we go through, that we will get to the end goal, which is marriage and living a life fulfilling God's purpose for us on this planet. One thing that me and him have done as well is focus on ourselves, and without self-growth, you will not have growth as a couple. You cannot stay the same in a relationship, and a lot of people don't understand that when you get in a relationship, yes, it becomes we, but you also have to understand that that person still has to grow. That person still has a journey with God. That person still has their own individuality. And I grew up being so toxic in my past relationships that I always would look at it like, oh, it's just me and him, it's just me and him, like, and you know, I just didn't see anything other than the way that I saw it, and I didn't care to hear anybody's other point of view when it came to what I felt. But now that I'm getting older, I realize that without trust as well, there's nothing. And you have to trust your partner, and you have to trust that your partner is doing well by you, and your partner is growing with God so that they can be better for you. So that is definitely something that me and him are just really focusing on right now. We've been good. Yeah, our purity journey together has been really good lately. Like, we just have been doing really well. I'm very proud of us. I'm very proud of the growth that we're making, and just looking at it, I'm like, wow, like, you know, it's crazy to see how, boom, like, at one point purity wasn't a thing, and now it's like such an essential thing. Fave wig company, I'm really not sure. Like, I would definitely say my fave wig company is probably Clay Hair or Eunice. IQ Hair is really good too. They have good knots. I really just care about knots. This wig is from Sterling Hair, and it actually is very nice quality hair, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I just really like wigs that are good quality. Dual is decent too. Do you see yourself living in Texas for the rest of your 20s? Yeah, I honestly do. When I think about it, Texas is a family state. I would love to start a family here. I wanted to live in Atlanta for a point of my life, but I just decided against it because I was like, it's really morally not fitting for me. I like Texas. Now, do I want to travel? Absolutely. I want to travel a lot, but I do think my home will probably reside in Texas for the next few years, Lord willing. I'm not sure. I just like Texas. I've been to other states and I'm just like, there's really nothing that I'm missing. I just think if I want to go somewhere else, I'll travel, but I like Texas. A lot of people don't like Houston, and I'm not like the biggest fan of Houston because I've been here my whole life, but if I was to move anywhere, it would be Atlanta. I've wanted to move to Atlanta for a while, but I'm fine in Texas for right now. I haven't really thought about moving states. How do you practically get out of funks? I read my Bible and I tell myself, like, Ariana, you cannot stay in a funk, because sometimes I will stay in a funk and I will not get out of the funk. So I have to literally like get around my family. I have to think about God looking at me like, girl, you're being idle. And I think the number one thing that I think about in those times is like, Ariana, you're being idle. And personally, I feel like idleness is a sin. So when I look at it like that, I'm like, bro, I'm just sitting here. Now, I know it's okay to be sad, but when I start letting it take over my life and consume me to where I'm not doing anything, not reading my Bible or nothing, that's when I'm like, okay, Ariana, you're doing too much. Like, it's time for you to get out of this. So that's really how I get out of funks. How do you go about your life if your spouse isn't saved but you are? I would definitely say, if y'all are boyfriend, girlfriend, it's time to hit the road. If y'all are husband and wife, biblically it says that, you know, only the non-believer can leave that relationship. But I think the best thing for you to do is really just pray for them if you're married, and try to talk to them. Is the NLT Bible good and trustworthy? I've never read the NLT. What made you give your life back to God? My life's always been with God. How do you deal with lust, especially when you're in a relationship? I think that's why I got a purity ring, so that I can like look at it and be constantly reminded. But being with a partner who is like a man of God is very important too, because he can prevent those things from escalating into something it's not. I remember you saying you left college. What was your major? It was kinesiology, and I wanted to become an athletic trainer. How's your skin coming along? It's doing pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I just take it a lot more serious now, and I do skincare a lot more. I try new products and just see what works best for me, but my skin is definitely doing a lot better than what it used to. How does it feel to become a business owner? What has it taught you? It feels really good to be a business owner and work on my own time. I mean, I've been doing it for the last year, but like, it feels really good to be able to do that. It also feels really good to like give people things. Like, my love language is acts of service, and it just feels good to know that like I'm giving people things who want it. Does that make sense? Like, you know, like when people buy something from me, that's them saying like, I trust you enough to create something for me, and that feels really good to me because I like to do things for people. So yeah, that is definitely a good feeling. It has taught me patience, dedication, commitment. It's really taught me time management as well. It's taught me how to be hasty without stressing out, even though sometimes I still stress out. But it definitely has taught me a lot, because being a business owner is not something that you're going to get overnight, and I still don't have it all the way down. I wish I did, but I'm only like, what, 3 weeks into this, but I've learned so much since I've started, and I'm so glad I put that leap of faith and just trusted God and started it, because it has really changed the game for me. How could someone build an intimate relationship with Christ? I'm going to say what I tell everybody: read your Bible. Reading your Bible is the best way to build a relationship with Christ, and prayer and fasting. How do you know he's the right one for you? Because he just gets me. When nobody else gets me, he gets me. I can literally lift my eyebrow a certain way and he knows that something's wrong with me. I can literally talk a different way. He knows there's something wrong with me. Like, he just knows what... He just knows me. Like, and you know, of course you're gonna be like, oh well, anybody can know you, but like he knows me in a way that a lot of people do not know me. Most people actually don't know me. He actually knew me before I had followers, knew me before all of that stuff, and that stuff just is so valuable to me because he saw something in me before anybody else did. And he was the reason why I started content creating. A lot of people don't know that, but Davion is actually the reason why I started content creating. He actually gave me that push. I still have the notes in one of my journals where he like wrote down ideas that I should do. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be in this situation right now, because I was doing YouTube a little bit, but like I didn't really care. I knew that I wasn't going to get big. But when I met him, that really changed everything for me. So for that, I'm forever grateful. Will I ever make t-shirts? Yes. What are 5 stores to shop at when looking for modest clothing? The cute kind. I would definitely say H&M. H&M has a lot of modest clothes. I could definitely say Fashion Nova has some modest clothes, but you gotta look. I don't really shop in person, so I'm actually thinking about this. I would say Ross and Burlington and TJ Maxx has really cute modest clothes as well, if you're a person who actually shops at stores like that, because believe it or not, people actually don't shop at stores like that, which is beyond me. Thrifting, Pretty Little Thing has cute stuff. Shein actually has some cute modest clothes too. It just really depends on what you consider modest. A lot of stores do. Forever 21 has some cute stuff too. It just really depends on your budget. What are some goals you have for 2025? I want to be in a completely different situation than I am now. I want to have my own place, my own car. Like for real, have my own car. Like bought my own, like I want to have bought my first car by 2025. I want to have grown on my platforms the right way. Like I want to still grow through Christ. And I just want to be the best woman of God that I possibly can be. Any new tips on saving? If you don't have to spend money, don't. The money that you would spend on like crap that you don't need to spend it on, save it instead of spending it. And that is something that I've been doing. Like now I'm like, if I don't have to spend the money, I'm not going to spend it. Simple. And it's definitely helped me out, because I've had instances where I had a big sum of money and I just spend. No, that's not smart. Now I actually invest my money. So I save my money and invest it into things that need to be invested to. So like for instance, my business is a way that I made money and been able to live a comfortable life. Somebody asked me in my DMs, would you ever create an in-person group for like-minded women to meet and do Bible studies and activities? Yes, me and Davion have talked about that. Whenever I get into a better financial predicament where I can actually rent a place out or something like that, I would love to do that, because I don't really want to have it in like a, well, I could do that. I could have it somewhere in Houston, like, and we just meet up, but I want it to be where we can actually sit down and talk and stuff. So I definitely would. The only reason why I haven't really done it is because I'm like scared that nobody would show up, and that's me like stepping out on my faith. But like I'd be kind of scared that like nobody will show up and I'll just waste my time and energy trying to do something and nobody arrives. But I'm gonna start doing more stuff like that, because I know a lot of people would love to meet me and I would love to meet you guys. So yeah. What is your ethnic background? I am black and white. How old are you? I am 22. What are your plans after college? Well, whenever I finish college, I don't know yet. I don't know. How managing your faith and dating life has been? It's been good. Can you stream my music? Relationship advice for the Christian girlies: make sure you date a man who is a man of God. You have to remove a lot of your toxic ways and do a lot of self-healing. Self-healing is so essential with dating and knowing your traumas and your trigger points, because you have to realize when you get in relationships, you're taking on other people's baggage, and a lot of people don't think about that before they get in relationships. But once you get in a relationship, you have to be healed. Like, come healed to people. Now, some people will love you enough that they'll deal with that stuff and stay with you, but a lot of people will not, and they will leave you because you're not healed, and people are not obligated to deal with your traumas. So I would definitely say, as a Christian woman, make sure that you're putting Christ before yourself so you can figure out what you need to be healed from, your traumas and stuff like that, because it's a lot. And as I've grown in my relationship, I'm very grateful for my partner, because he stayed with me through my traumas. Like, y'all, I've done a lot of healing through this relationship. A lot of healing, a lot of self-growth. I came to Christ fully in this relationship, everything. So it's been like a roller coaster, but there's always going to be somebody who is your person who will help you maneuver through that stuff. But a lot of the times it's rare. But definitely make sure that you're healing and stuff before you get in relationships. What's something you strive to be? a woman of God all around, period, point blank. And I know a lot of people are like, what? That's all you talk about, but it is like I want to be the best woman of God that I possibly can be for God, because without him I wouldn't be here. What makeup brands did you use to create the look in the picture? It's on my page. Hair care routine. When I grow my hair out, I got you. What is the MEAC swap challenge? Because somebody asked me what I'd come to it. What's your favorite food? Tacos. I love tacos. What's the hardest part of your faith walk right now? The hardest part is on days that I'm tired, just opening my Bible and reading it. Like some days I just be really tired and like I just get through it, but lately I've been doing a lot better. I take my notes, I actually give time to God. Once I get into my Bible, it's like not hard for me to stay in it, but it's like the principle of me thinking that, oh, I have to read a whole chapter, you know, like I have to get myself to do those things. But in the end, I learn something every single time. How do you know when you found the right man for you? It's just a feeling in your heart that you know, like you know. Anything big coming up? My new drop for my brand is coming up this week, so that's exciting. I'm dropping my sweaters. How you became Christian? I was raised Christian. What do you use for your hair? It looks amazing. That was a wig that y'all were looking at. For the curly wigs, which one is from Recool and which one is from Curly Me? I really don't remember. You can look on my TikTok. I definitely have the one, like whatever wig it is, it's gonna be tagged on my TikTok. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Probably like, it's probably be to teleport. I'll probably teleport. How do you open back up to God? You have to soften your heart to it. How do you stay grounded in a lukewarm world? I'm so in love with God, but find myself not a whole Christian all the time. The moment you give your life to Christ, you are following Christ. A relationship with Christ is actually what makes you a follower of Christ, like not the term. It's not easy letting go of the world, but the more you cling to God, the less the world interests you, and that is something that I've learned. How do you keep from idolizing your romantic relationship, marriage, or love? Well, one, I just know scripture and I know that idolizing anything is a sin and it can send me to hell, so I don't do it. How's your body fitness journey going? The same as it always is. I ain't working out, girl, but hey, like we gonna get there. We gonna get there. My spiritual life is good. There's no balance because I don't really work out. Have you ever thought about moving out of Texas? Yes, I have. Do you feel as if YouTube is your calling or just something you enjoy doing? I definitely feel like YouTube is something that's going to grow into more for me in the future. I just have to stay grounded, have faith, and just know that God will make this do better for me. But I definitely think it's something that will like actually grow into something for me. I definitely enjoy doing it, and I've been doing it since my senior year of high school. So yeah. Oh, before I end this video, I do want to show you guys my new drop that's about to drop on Wednesday. This is my new sweater that's about to drop, and also my charm bracelets are being sold. So if you're interested in those things, because a lot of you guys asked about my business, the link will be in my description so you guys can actually go shop and get you something from me, period, because everything's handcrafted. As y'all can see in the back, girl, we got the whole setup. So yeah, that was all for the questions today. A lot of them were repetitive, and a lot of you guys said I was beautiful. Thank you so much. But yeah, that was all for my questions today. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in and just learning a little bit more about me and my life at the moment. If you guys like this video and want another Q&A in the future, let me know. Just drop some more questions or concerns or whatever in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. Make sure you subscribe, comment, turn my post notifications on so you can see more of me, and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, stay blessed, stay positive. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.